Hey guys, it's me, Shauna Etienne, and today I'm going to speak to you guys about public speaking. This is going to be so awesome. Listen, a lot of you guys have been inboxing me about public speaking, especially after you've seen me speak somewhere and they'll follow me on Instagram, on Facebook, and then they'll message me and say what tips or advice can I give them about public speaking. I don't have any tips or advice, I guess. I don't know if you would consider these tips or advice, but I'm going to address 5 areas of public speaking that I feel is very important for those who are either newbies or in the field. But I am speaking to the newbies today because these are the 5 things that I feel is going to help you be a better public speaker. Okay, so number one is authenticity. Authenticity. When you are inspiring to be a public speaker, it is very important for you to be authentic. Be authentic. I know we all know what that means, but in Shauna's terms, it means really being real. Keep it real. Don't be so stiff. Don't try to be so perfect. Just be authentic. Let people know who you are. It's okay to be goofy if you're a goofy person. I mean, don't overdo it, but it's okay to be a goofy person. People want to connect with people they feel are real, people they feel are human, that they are relatable. That is so important. That's an important piece of being authentic. Now, I'm not saying get on the stage and be sloppy with it. I'm not saying just, cussing all the time or being all over yourself. I'm not saying be incongruent with your thoughts. Those things are separate from what I'm talking about. I am specifically speaking about being authentic, keeping it real. Please don't get on stage and be fake because people can recognize fake and that will harm you as a speaker, okay? Number two, being transparent. Being transparent. See, now transparency is different than authenticity. And people tend to mix these things in together, but they're not the same. To be transparent is to tell your story, to own your story, and to stand on your story. Be okay with your story. So many people are afraid to tell their stories, but you can't. Your stories are designed to provide hope for somebody else. Your story is designed to transform someone else's life. You can't hold on to that. So many people are hiding behind masks, hiding behind their makeup, hiding behind their hair, their car, their big house. They're hiding. They're hiding. You have to be okay with being transparent. If you have a history, talk about it. People want to know, how did you get to be who you are today? And I don't know of anybody who's great who was always great. People had struggles. Talk about it. Be transparent. Number three, so we're going to talk about putting too much of an emphasis on being perfect. You don't have to be perfect to be a speaker. In fact, people like the imperfect speakers because it reminds them that they're human, okay? So if you're waiting for the perfect hairstyle or the perfect outfit or the perfect lighting or the perfect stage or the perfect city to speak in, if you're waiting for these things, you're never going to be speaking. I want you to put aside this whole idea of perfection and be okay in your imperfection. Blessings come out of imperfection. It's okay. Do not say, when I lose 20 pounds, then I'm going to start speaking. What if you don't lose 20 pounds, but God has placed a desire in you to be a speaker because you have a message to deliver to the world that can transform somebody's life, but instead you're holding back on that gift and on your talent because you don't like your weight? Mm-mm. No, no. You have to be okay with that and know that imperfection is actually perfect. Number four, fear of being judged. Fear of being judged. So many people hold back from being speakers because they are afraid of being judged. I don't care if you have been speaking for 1,001 years. Everyone who speaks publicly will let you know that people are going to judge you no matter what. So do not hold back because you are afraid of the scrutiny from other people. There would be a big issue if everyone loved you and no one had anything negative to say about you. Hell, Oprah Winfrey's a billionaire and people still speak negatively about her. If you don't believe me, go to some of the YouTube videos or Facebook videos and read the comments. Yeah, there's more people who love her than there are people who hate her, but there are people that dislike Oprah, okay? And she's a billionaire. So my message, what I'm trying to say to you is, do not let fear of being judged stop you from being a speaker. That's nonsense. It's ludicrous because the truth is, when we are speakers, we don't speak to the people that don't like us. That is not our audience. We are very aware of who our audience is. So we speak to the people who enjoy who we are, who listens to what we have to say, who supports us, who loves us, who just wants to hear and grow and learn from us. That's your audience. And if that is only 5 people, hell, speak to the 5 people. That's what makes you a great speaker. Stop speaking to the negative people. Some people are just negative and miserable just because they're negative and miserable, and they will pull you into their negativity and their misery if you let them. Recognize that they're going to be there. They're going to judge you no matter what, and don't put any coins in that bucket. You know the other term of that, right? But I ain't going to curse. And the last one I'm going to say to you guys is passing over opportunities to practice. Passing over opportunities to practice. That is a no-no, even if you are a seasoned speaker. When we get opportunities, we assess it, especially if you're about to deliver some new material. You want to practice those kind of things. You want to take whatever opportunity you can, and I'd rather practice with a smaller audience than a larger audience and make so many big mistakes that I can't recover from, right? I'd rather practice with the smaller audience than a larger one. But don't pass over those opportunities to practice. Don't wait till you're perfect to get on stage to practice, right? And I say that's important because in order for you to get better as a speaker, you have to practice. And many people, they don't take the opportunities in front of them. Maybe the venue is too small, or the audience is not enough, or they're not going to get paid. And if they're getting paid, their hotel is not going to get covered, or their airline tickets are not going to get covered, whatever the case is, so they pass this up. All right, if you're Hollywood, I get it. Go ahead and do that. When people pay you $20,000 just to show up, I get it. This message isn't for you. We're talking about the people who are starting out. If you are starting out and St. John the Baptist Church wants you to come in to speak, don't pass them over because you're like, those people don't want to hear what I have to say. Look at it as an opportunity to practice. So those are my 5 things. Quickly again, being authentic, not being afraid to be transparent, don't worry about being perfect, don't fear being judged, and practice, 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 practice makes perfect. So that's all I have to say to you guys. I'm logging off because I'm about to get ready to go to my auntie's party. I don't know why she's partying.